join us in this beautiful initiative that Go Green Expo had for all of us to be sharing what really yoga is about in the comfort of our homes. My name is Coka Klug, the founder of Yoga Tribe here in New Zealand, and I'm happy to be sharing with you the opportunity of explaining my experience with yoga, really, because I don't want you to think that we here having a super fancy complicated yoga class full of asanas, because it's not going to be the case. If you're waiting for that, we invite you to go to Yoga Tribe Facebook or Yoga Tribe Official in Instagram, or Yoga Tribe notice board in Facebook as well, where there is thousands of beautiful yoga teachers sharing the goodness and all type of yoga, yin yoga, hatha yoga, power yoga, ashtanga yoga, and there's a lot of options out there that you can reach out for and do that practice. Today, really what we want to do is a little bit different. I would love to give you tools for you to practice yoga every day without the need of any device, without the need of me guiding you through it or anyone else, really. Wow, the sun is really nice, but it's getting hot. How awesome. Anyway, so I got a little bit distracted with this golden light coming in to say hi. So what I would like to share with you is what really yoga means for me. I guess that's the only thing I can do, right? I'm not here to teach anything. I'm not a teacher of anyone. I'm sharing what I know from the bottom of my heart, and I would love to think and remain as an eternal student myself. So please know that this is only a sharing of my own personal experience, and something that really works for me, and I'm sure that it can work for anyone who is happy to experience yoga. Yoga as the practice that allows us to bring balance and union between our mind, body, and spirit. So we all understand that these three elements are the components of our experience here in the world, right? This body is nothing else than the earth ship that carries us around, and why not to look after it and nurture it as the most precious shift, right? Like the ship, sorry, the perfect vessel that carries us around and allow us to function in this three-dimensional reality. The soul is something that we can't deny anymore, that exists, is what reminds us that we are alive, that there is something bigger than ourselves. And the mind, the beautiful tool that we have to comprehend and decodify this experience. So somehow we need to find this harmony between the three elements to coexist, and that's what yoga does for us. So most of us think that yoga is a stretch practice, just a place where we come and do asanas and we can stretch the muscles of our body, which is totally right. Asanas definitely do that and support us in that aspect. But I would love to think that yoga is also a practice to stretch our mind and our heart. So understanding yoga not only as an exercise, but also as an innercise, an inner practice, going inward, really exploring what's going on inside us, and understanding that the body 24/7 is trying to communicate with us. It's trying to let us know where the energy is not longer flowing freely and uninterrupted. As we get older, there's elements of our life experiences that come very obvious to the present moment. For example, what we call traumas, emotional traumas or physical traumas, or mental traumas that are very linked to emotion at some point. what we call trauma. It is what I call tsunami of emotions, where are so big that we can no longer contain them, and we push them somewhere that we don't even know, because it's completely subconscious or unconscious really, and stay there, stagnant in some parts of our body that we can only discover later on, when we can no longer walk, or can no longer move the neck, or we suffer of lower back pain. And this is it. It's a story behind. So the invitation here for you guys is to take the opportunity in this time of lockdown. I rather think that it's a time for retreat, to come back home, understanding home as the vessel that carry us around, the vessel that our soul live in, and listen to what needs to be here in order for that energy flow again freely and uninterrupted. So what we're gonna do this morning is a very, very simple, humble series of stretches, but I will guide you in a way that you can bring an aspect of the yoga practice where you're activating fully your mind, you're incorporating fully your mind and the stories that you tell of yourself with every movement and every breath. What I mean by this is that we can be in a pose. Most of the time we experience poses that we already know we are unable to physically do. So our mind already is telling us that we can't do it. So my invitation today is not to worry how far you get to reach your toes. I would like to know who you are, who you truly are when you wait there, when you're getting there. So if I'm going through an injury, even to place the leg like that, for me, it's automatically tend to cramp. So if I used to be quite flexible in my young days, I can still reach my toes, but if I couldn't, and if this is the place where I can be because there's so much else tight in my body, I want you to stay there. Really focus on your breathing and see if you can let go of all the stories in your mind that tells you that you can't get any longer. And with each exhalation, you can let go a little bit deeper, and you will find out that it works. But we're not going to do that right now. We're going to do the practice for you to take home and do it yourself. So whatever we do here today together, I hope that is something that you can take and do anytime, anywhere. Waiting in the line of the supermarket, walking at the beach, doing the dishes, any moment, any experience given, it is an opportunity for us to check in again, to see who we are, how we are choosing to show up in that moment. Understanding we are not human beings. We are humans becoming. We are becoming something else every day according to what we choose. So let's explore something very simple. We're gonna first learn how to bring awareness to our breathing, which is very, very simple and you can do anytime. So let's close our eyes, sit in a comfortable position, and just simply relax every single muscle of your face. Roll your shoulders back, keep them away from your ears. See if you can completely relax the tension that you're carrying in your shoulders. Let the gravity push to hold anything together. You can now let go. From that place, I will invite you to bring awareness to your breathing. And inhale through your nose to the center of your belly, filling that belly with lots of oxygen, and see how it inflames like a big balloon. And as you exhale, bring that oxygen back through the same channel and see that belly coming down. We're obviously not getting rid of the oxygen, we're getting rid of everything that we no longer need but the oxygen. So we inhale deeply, feeling like fresh oxygen coming into the center of our belly, expanding into our lungs, and feeling from that place how our body can expand into every single cell that it requires. Exhale. You can place your hands in the center of your belly and your other hand in your chest. And as you inhale, you will see how your hands in your belly should rise up and down as you breathe in and out. Your hand in your heart will remain in the same place, so that way we make sure that we are breathing in a diaphragmatic way. So we are alkalinizing our body. Something that we really need to focus in this time. Alkalinize your body to protect ourselves from any virus or bacteria that is around, and to boost our immune system. Now that you're there in this trip inward, going inward, and imagine every particle of fresh, beautiful, new oxygen coming into your body, enter into yourself, allowing it to live again, to rejuvenate, to multiply. This is the breathing that we're going to continue every moment of our practice, and we will include very simple stretches this morning. So I invite you to open your eyes, interlace your fingers, press your hands forward, open up the back of your heart, bring your chin to your chest, bring your belly towards your spine. And inhale, go all the way up, chin up, hold here, and exhale, down. Let's do it again. Inhale, open up the back of your heart. Inhale and exhale here. And inhale, go all the way up. Chin back and exhale. Nice, you can do that in your kneeling position. You can do that in the morning when you stand up, hip width apart your feet, and do that nice stretch. Inhale, exhale. Do it 10 times if it's necessary. Oxygenating, and waking up. That's what we're trying to do here. We do the same with the lateral sides. We never really move our lateral sides. It's a place where we either sitting down, laying down, walking, or laying or standing. Sorry. So lateral stretches brings an extra mobility to our body. The body really wants to be a space where the energy flow freely and uninterrupted. So let's create that vessel. Let's create that shape. And on the way, we're going to feel and have lots of injuries and stories that our emotions are bringing back. Let's face them. Let's recognize them. Let's listen to it like a good old friend. So we're going to inhale, reach up the right arm, place your other hand in the side. You can place it facing up so you make sure that you're not creating any resistance here. And we're going to swing back. Press the knees into the ground. Gaze up. Inhale deeply. Roll your shoulders back. Gaze up. Shoulders away from your ears. Knees into the ground. Inhale, exhale. You can feel like you create more space as you exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale all the way up. Exhale back to center. If you don't feel that energy, you're not doing it right. So let's try the other side. Reach up with the left arm up. Placing your right hand in your side. Pressing the knees down into the ground. And slide down. Shoulders back, gazing up. You can close your eyes and relax. Inhale deeply, exhale down. One more time. You should be able to stretch this nice area of your head and ribs. Breathe into the spaces of your ribs. Inhale and exhale. Nice, beautiful. We're gonna do a very simple twist where we're gonna place our left hand into our right knee. Normally, and the nice way is to reach up to the sky so your spine is nice and tall and not rigid. Twist it, reaching out your opposite knee, in this case your right. Your other hand straight in the back and center of your back. Inhale deeply and twist as you exhale. And stay here, breathing normally. Inhale. We quite often forget to breathe in this pose. Let's see if you can make it breathing normal. Inhale deeply through your nose and exhale through your nose. Stay in the same position and only twist your head. Inhale, exhale. Nice. Beautiful. Inhale, exhale, come back to center. We do the other side. Inhale up, right hand in the left knee. Left hand in the center. Inhale, shoulders away from the ears. Pressing the knees down. One more breath. Always through your nose, inhaling and exhaling. Beautiful. We're gonna go now into all four. This is something that you can do again every single day of your life. Toes are flat in the ground. Your hands are placing into the mat. Every time we place our hands into the mat, we make sure we spread the fingers a lot. So eventually one day, after long years of practice, we can maybe walk in our hands and using as the feet because they're so strong and so stretch and free. So we're gonna place, and then what we place in the mat is always this, the thumb and the index finger. So we press that, the elbows will go automatically inward and the shoulders will go automatically inward. So we have to roll them back and carry on with the strong arms and roll the shoulders back. So this is the way we go here. Very nice. Flat toes, as I said before. Hip width apart, knees are exactly underneath the hip. Hands are exactly underneath the shoulder. And from here, we're gonna inhale, lift up the tail, chin up to the sky. Exhale, press toes and hands into the ground and open up the back of your head. Relax your head. Press strongly, inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Beautiful. You can move your hips from side to side. You can bend your elbows. You can include any movement that it feels right for you. Once again, remember, we're here exploring what it feels right for you. So after this, we're gonna open the knees mat width apart and go into child pose. So we extend the hands in front of our mat and bring the head down. Nice. Let's walk to one side to do another nice stretch in our lateral sides. When you can't anymore, you stay there, bring your head down and breathe. I normally do between 3 and 6 breathing, depending on how long I have. Let's walk to the other side. relax. Come back to center. And we walk our, no, actually, from here, we're gonna stay here. And come back into all four. Bring the knees back to hip width apart. But this time you will notice that your hands are actually a little bit forward than your elbows. And this is the place and the perfect distance to go into our downward facing dog. So remember, the hands are always spread. We're pressing the thumb and the index. Hands are shoulder width apart, knees are hip width apart, and we're gonna flex the toes, as you can tell there at the back. You flex the toes and reach up the sky with the tailbone up. I'm gonna move here so you can see from the side. So tailbone up to the sky, bend your knees, your head is completely relaxed, gazing through your thighs. And when you're ready, you can bring down your heels. There's no need for you to go all the way down. If you can, we can walk our dog, bending one knee at a time. Remember, rolling the shoulders back. Come back to your kneeling position and go back to your child pose. Beautiful. So from here, we're gonna lay down forward. Place our hands underneath the shoulders. The elbows gonna be sticking in closer to the body. Tippy toes, pointed fingers. Pointed fingers. And we're gonna engage our core muscle and lift ourselves up. You're not using your hands, so you can either lift your hands over the ground, off the ground. Keep your shoulders away for a few seconds and let go. We'll do it again. Don't ever forget to breathe. And the other side. Nice. We come back to child pose. Hold your hands into the ground. And come back to a kneeling position. That's so beautiful. I just love it because that's a very subtle back bend for someone who suffered an injury or is not really familiar. That's a very perfect back bend to start with. You can also do up dog, which will be a similar position, but rolling your shoulders back, lift it like this, really. Oh, I'll do it this way so you can see. Okay, so after that, we come back to always, for me, always like a way of closing, is inhaling up, reaching up, and come back. So it's kind of like a mini sun salutation, but from the ground to start with when you have never done it before. We're gonna sit down now. If your knees are higher than your hips, use a little cushion and sit in the edge. So you make sure that your knees are lower than your hips. Let's bring the sole of the foot together and open the foot like it will be a book. We're gonna inhale and bend forward. Three breaths. Could be up to 6 breaths. And you can explore how you feel if you're super tired. If, as I say to you, wherever you are, explore with the breathing. So if we extend the legs now, we can put I'm gonna take the cushion away, but it's quite good to have it anyway if you feel like it will be better for you. And we're gonna have the nice tall spine. Flex the toes, reach it up to the sky and bend forward. Inhale, exhale. And I instantly get a cramp here, which is quite sad. But that is the reality of my body right now. And it's telling me to stop, because I can't, in yoga practice, you can't really feel any pain. You should never feel pain. So I'm glad that that happened, because I get to explain this. You always listen literally to your body. So if you feel pain, you stop or breathe into it. If it's a pain that you can resist and observe, remain there, breathe into it and let go. If it's a pain that is calling you out and screaming at you, come out of the pose. Be humble and understand that that is not the right time, that there's other steps towards that place that you need to do in order to get there. So I would love to leave you guys with that message, and understanding that you can do yoga in every moment given by simply tuning in and recognizing who you are in this moment. Body, mind and spirit. How tight or how open is your body to a person, to a smell, to a food, to a situation? How open is your mind to the same? How open is your heart to the same? And recognize who you truly are and honor that. Be that. Because you came here with a gift, and we're here to wait to see the gift. We are all unique. We are all individuals, unique pieces of grabbing beautiful gift to offer to this world. So why not to use this amazing opportunity to retreat, find out our gift, to come out of this lockdown and offer it to the world. With so much love and gratitude, I say goodbye to you this morning, hoping to see you again. If you would like that to happen, let's request here, and I'm sure we can figure something out for you guys. Have a beautiful morning from our home and our bubble to yours. Make the most of it. Find gratitude. Be awesome. Thank you.